Before we dive into the fascinating world of time travel and alternate realities, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. Imagine you're Marty McFly cruising through the streets of Hill Valley in the iconic DeLorean when suddenly you're faced with a series of life-threatening situations that leave you wondering if you'll ever make it back to 1985. In the Back to the Future trilogy, Marty McFly and Doc Brown's time travel adventures result in multiple unforeseen alternate realities, leaving fans to ponder a popular fan theory. Did Marty McFly die at least 3 times during the series? The theory suggests that Marty's interactions with the timeline could have led to his demise, and Doc Brown's interventions were merely a result of his knowledge of the future. This idea is supported by the fact that Doc seems to know exactly when and where Marty is in danger, often rescuing him at the last minute. But how did Doc manage to know Marty's fate? Was it a lucky guess, or did he have insight into the future? In the sequels to Back to the Future, there are 3 distinct times when Doc could have saved Marty's life. And firstly, in the second movie, during the confrontation with Biff on the rooftop, Marty's fate is left uncertain, only for Doc to travel back in time to save him. Secondly, while Marty is racing away on his hoverboard to escape 1955 Biff, Doc manages to rescue him once again. Lastly, when Marty gets captured by Buford in the year 1885, Doc saves him from a potentially fatal situation. However, this theory raises more questions than answers. If Doc had constant access to the DeLorean, he might have altered the timelines off screen to prevent Marty from encountering fatal situations. But this would introduce complexities suggesting that multiple Marty versions could coexist simultaneously. This concept becomes even more intricate when considering that this theory doesn't explain how Doc Brown avoided his own death, presenting a significant flaw within it. The one timeline rule from Back to the Future implies that if a past event is modified, like Marty's death, then within the story's context, it's as though the original event never occurred due to Doc Brown's intervention. This means we can't definitively confirm that Marty actually died in an earlier timeline, because that timeline gets erased by the changes made, which the same principle applies to any other theory, as anything that was later altered will no longer exist within that particular timeline. And in essence, the timeline is continually rewritten by past actions. And if this is true, it means the audience can never see a version where Marty McFly dies, because the timeline is constantly being altered. So did Marty McFly die 3 times in the Back to the Future trilogy? And the answer kind of remains a mystery. Leaving fans to... And on that note, I'll leave you with a joke. Why did Marty McFly bring a ladder to the DeLorean? Because he wanted to take his time travel to new heights. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,